Does Nefer need Lauma? This video might be a little late. Honestly, it probably is going to be the case of like, oh my god, we removed Lauma. Oh no, she does like no damage now. But like, in defense of Nefer, that's like most characters nowadays. Like, sadly, that is kind of like most characters nowadays. You know, Mavuika doesn't have Night Soul. You know, she's a little more generalist with it, but like, it's the same thing. So, let's go ahead. We already know the kind of damage this team can do. It's gonna do decently well, and I think I'm just gonna replace Lauma with Nahida. There isn't really much of a difference at that point. You know, the only thing is that like Lauma, her stacks right now with the way that I'll do the rotation properly so we can make sure we're seeing the damage that we want to see. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do all this. Yes, I know. Okay, I know how Zyfram's okay. We're fine. But yeah, 80,000 to 120,000 and then 100,000. All right, well, that's all right. That's kind of the damage that we're looking for, right? 100,000 damage, and then we also have 125,000 damage at the end, right? So, and then we just multiply that kind of by 6, and that's where we are in terms of our damage, right? So it's not bad at all. So let's go ahead and let's get rid of Lauma here, and let's put on Nahidi. I don't think I did a normal with my Kuki, so we won't do a normal with Kuki now. So let's go ahead and do this with a Q skill. And let's pop this. Okay. Iframes. Yep. Thank you. Nope. We need E skill. And then we're seeing. Oh, hold on, chat. Hold on. Let's see the. Okay. We saw. All right. Yeah, okay. So, I would gladly like to point out that we saw immediately the effects of not having Lauma. Because while, yes, it's damage, it is damage that Lauma provides. It is also consistency. And my friends, well, 10% crit rate. Considering I didn't have an issue critting on the Lauma team, I immediately remove her, and now we have issues, right? And they were pretty bad issues. We didn't crit 3 times in a row, all right? So, not great. And then we're also hitting for 90 and 60,000 rather than 125. Like, rather than 125 and 100,000, it's now 90 and 60,000. It's not even close. Yeah, like you were on Deepwood. It's not like I have double Deepwood or something. Nope. Yeah, that really hurts for people who don't have Lauma. I mean, you know, there was anniversary in between Nefer and Lauma, so I do feel like people could have gotten, you know, Lauma had they saved up a bit, right? My friend who got back onto the game during 5.0 literally was able to get Lauma and is at like 70 pity for Nefer, so I do think it's possible that people are able to get these combos even if they're in a disadvantaged state with sort of, you know, their summons. So that's a good thing, right? At least we've seen that. However, the people who maybe got really unlucky, I don't know. I'm sorry. I just don't. Because, like, what? That was 60,000 was about 60%. So she lost, but she lost 40% of her original hits, and then 125, and then 90, right? So 90,000, you know, 1/3 of 90,000, so 30% of her, you know, like, big hit. So if we just call it like it is, right, and we just go ahead and I bring out a calculator, right, and I go 60, it was 61, but we'll say 60 plus 60 plus 90, right? That's 210, and we were getting 325 before, so divided by 325, that is only 65% of the actual damage we were doing. That is how bad we lost 30% DPS, or overall damage, I guess. From my perspective, we lost 35%. Just by quick math, you know, whatever, don't really care. I mean, that is insane. Yeah, it is, although I will have to say, not as bad as Skirk losing Miss Coffee. Absolutely not. People have tried to compare it. Skirk, I think, literally goes down by over 50% or around 50%, right? Because we're talking about a C1 Miss Coffee. Now, I will say, I don't have Lauma's weapon, which would also buff Nefer. So it probably is closer to like 40% is what I would guess. But Nefer certainly, it's still not as bad as Muscoffy, but it is as sad. It is definitely as sad. Yeah, that's all I got for this video. I was just wanting to quickly test it, and yeah, that's my findings. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.